I have to thank you very well, Professor Robert, for what you are doing for Africa. I'm very grateful. I live in Posam here, and my name of my company is ABG Polars International. I've been doing a lot of business in the big hall. I normally organize Nigeria German Business Summit. I will introduce what I'm doing actually. Now I'm a farmer in Nigeria. Yes. I specialize in potato. There's two ways. I will make it brief. There's two ways. The normal potato here is a luxury in Nigeria. The sweet potato is a luxury in Europe. It's two ways around. The poor people in Nigeria, they eat sweet potato. It's like a weed. But in Germany here, the little people too just go to Indies, buy potato. You know? And the problem we're having in Nigeria, in Africa, is the complete value chain of our products. We have the land, we are looking for investors, mostly Germans. I don't know why Germans are scared of Nigeria or in Africa. But look at China, they are entering. Business is a risk, and life is a risk. Coming to this place is a risk. You know, nowhere that doesn't have problem. What we are trying to do is, we are trying to bring the German, the build breeders, build the Germans, bring the Nigerians, or bring the African. Mostly, I'm from Nigeria, I have to sell my country. You know, how we can really come together and break that barrier. Nigeria is 250 million people living in Nigeria now. We have the manpower, but we don't have the technology. You can get the technology from the German companies, and we have the manpower. Then we can do imports, the Nigerian product or the finished product to Germany. Can you imagine? In Nigeria, when we go to all the whole groceries, supermarkets in Nigeria, I can show you a lot of pictures. All the whole French fries, like pommes, is from Belgium and Holland. Oh, they are making a lot of money. But we are trying to change the narrative to be producing the pommes, like the French fry in Nigeria. Then we can have for Nigeria the sweet potato. We cannot import it. We have a big barrier, documentation. You know, Germany, they need a lot of documentation. You need to, how can we do it? How can we support Africa? We don't want to be like, we are looking for aid. We want to partnership with the Germans. How can we really develop ourselves? You people are really developed. We need your technology, we need your assistance, we need your help. In May 2024, my company and the Nigerian government, they just give me permission to organize the first Agro-Africa messe in Nigeria. I would like to need the support of IHACA, DHACA, AHACA to support in this project, you know, to sell Germany to Africa and to sell Africa to Germany. You know, it's not only, oh, Africa here, they are refugees. No, we have a lot of Africans. They are medical doctors, they are lawyers, they are business people. We have cooperated together. We can be doing this kind of meeting all the time. Bring more Africa. Tell you our story, you know, and how can we really partner? You can imagine the potato wife choose to do potato. I was exporting French fries from Germany here to Nigeria. You know? Now, I was able to, I don't want to have a farm in Nigeria. What I'm doing now, I have 30,000 farmers, both youths and women. I'll bring their stock taker, you know, to obtain their products. Storage is a problem. Processing is a problem. You know, food security, you know, when we really join hands together, have the technology processing from German products, European products. The China is, they are taking advantage. Let's just break that barrier. You know, how we can work together. And once more, my Africa project, Agro Africa, in May next year. We are doing it. I want the Germans. Because I live in Germany, I have to sell my country first, German. You know, please, Professor, I know. Thank you.
encouragement of your ideas of an engagement in your region, and I think we have certain capacities here in our region related to potatoes. Nevertheless, I think it was always a question on how
we as potato producers in Germany and also exporting, there is perhaps a market in Nigeria. On the other side, what is my impression is that we need much more import of agriculture products from Africa. For instance, Nigeria. So far, not so much. I don't know exactly the export statistics for agriculture, for food, regarding exports to Germany. I don't know exactly how it is. But I think there is a huge potential for further cooperation in the agricultural markets.
I'm working with Agreement. I'm working with Frank Nogma. He's the co-chairman of German Agro-Business Alliance. We've been to Nigeria and everything. When you ask about Ambi, he will tell you. And it's like importing food products from Nigeria to Germany is like zero.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, in February, we want to have a stand, Nigeria stand in food logistica for us to bring our products, and we can move from there.
I'm also from Nigeria.
Oh, you're from Nigeria? Yeah. Okay, that's good.
So, I live there since 8 years now.
Okay.
And you made a very good remark in your talk. It's not a quick win. I've been through the whole previous 8 years of government of the former president. The new one brings a lot of hope. He's a much more industrial president, much more commercial president than Buhari, and it is a country which, you're quite right, Africa as a whole, but Nigeria really needs a focus now with this option with the new government about to be appointed or complete this week. The ministry list will be published. This country will be the third largest in 50 years. From 220 to 40 today to over 500. So it will be after China, India, who staggers at 1.6 billion, and China that goes down to 700 million, will be the third, maybe even the second, maybe even overtake China. That's how big Nigeria is. That's how big Nigeria is. And more than 50% are below 25 years.
Yes.
So very low life expectation on top of it. Maybe it's connected to the two major religions, but it is a country that has, I think, in the world the highest birth rate. And that's where you have another problem, that agriculture was turned down by Nigerians because it was trying in the last 20 years or 30 years to go after the oil, to urbanize towards Lagos, or Harcourt to be part of the oil industry, and the farms went down to the point that Nigeria is not exporting agricultural product, it's importing.
Yeah.
Nigeria, in my early days as a pilot with Lufthansa, was the exporter of pineapple and papayas.
Yes.
The best papayas came from Nigeria. Today they're importing it. That's where the agriculture is so important, because it's food. And food not necessarily for export for Europeans, but really to feed this vastly growing country. And the second point that was a big mistake, also by expectations, is that every young person goes into universities, because we have 3 universities and we have hundreds of them. The quality is, should I say, very poor of the public universities. So rich people's kids go to private universities, but all these students, 500,000 each year, you mentioned it, coming out of universities have no jobs, or 25 years and have no jobs, because the university is not geared towards anything that is worthwhile, and two, it's very corruptive teaching, meaning you don't get much other than education. In that sense, I see 2 points. You already mentioned agriculture, really get this alternative industry going, and thirdly, and I think we're in it as well. Yes, the university has to much more improve, much more direction than the farming founding rector of the newest University of Africa, Aviation and Environmental Science University. But it is more important to also concentrate on vocational training. I'm staying in English because of you.
Yeah.
I do speak German.
Yeah.
But it is so important because they have the same problem that we have here in Europe. They don't have enough handymen, voltaic electricians or whatever that can install sunroofs or whatever. I mean, solar panels, and because everybody goes to university because the hope is that there's the money of the future job, and that is why two of us are very, very focused on investing in vocational institutions and get that training going. And it's the same in Europe. There you can really become a millionaire, a small millionaire, than coming from a university with nothing in your hands other than a degree. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend. I still have one recommendation. I don't know whether you know this initiative, this export initiative of the Ministry of Nutrition, Federal Ministry of Nutrition in Germany, and they are heading delegations, trade missions, and so on to African states to place German technology and export to install export-import relations as well to these destinations. I can send you the contact to this institution, but besides, again, if you want to connect with German companies which have an interest in Nigeria, which are already there, if no one is here fitting to your interest on potatoes, then I would also recommend the AHK as well.
Okay. I was having a very good relationship with the IHACA poster for about 5 years. I want us to come back again. You know, I'm from Brandenburg. We can say a lot of things from Brandenburg. As I'm talking to you, I have a client. I'm going to New Brandenburg now to go and buy some tractors that I want to export to Nigeria. Okay, and I love Germany very well. It's my second home. That's where my family is. Now is how we can break that barrier actually. You know, how we can really develop good synergy between the Nigeria, Africa, and Germany. You know, we can be doing this kind of maybe 2-3 times a year. We bring other African countries, other African organizations, other African people to join us, you know, for us to tell you people our story, our problem. How can we solve it together? You know, it's not about NGO right now, it's about partnership.
I would propose that we continue bilaterally afterwards. And there were certain, oder es gab einige andere Meldungen noch jetzt.
Ja, vielleicht nochmal eine Bemerkung zu Ihrem letzten 12 Hinweis sozusagen, Geschäfte zu machen mit Afrika. Die Perspektive nehmen und geben sozusagen. Also wir haben jetzt eine Geschäftsreise nach Nigeria gemacht. Ich war jetzt in Lagos, Senegal. Da ist aber nach wie vor auch